Whether it happens in school or over the internet, bullying is a reality for millions of kids across this country. Now, the mission of one organization is to inspire young girls to rise above it all. Joining me today is Charnel Watts-Smith of Dreamgirlz Incorporated. Charnel, welcome. It's great to have you.
Thank you for having me.
Bullying is such a major problem. How serious is it here in Connecticut?
Bullying is a huge problem in Connecticut, all over the country. It is a global crisis. I think it's the new green-eye monster. So we have so many children that are bullies or they're victims of bullying.
We're talking about an age group 12 to 18, especially vulnerable. What makes them so vulnerable?
I think what makes that age group so vulnerable is because they really are coming into their own. They're trying to self-identify, they're trying to find friends, they're trying to find out what works and what doesn't work. So it's a very critical age group and very critical age.
All right, so let's take a look at the signs of bullying. How you know if your child is a target. Your child is withdrawn.
Withdrawn, yes. You notice that your child is really becoming an introvert. They tend to not want to come to the table for dinner, or you find that they don't want to hang out with you anymore. They're becoming just isolated to their rooms. You definitely want to dig a little deeper.
So you really need to communicate.
Communication is key.
Keep your eye on your child.
Yes.
Fear of school, sudden drop in grades, they don't want to go to school, basically.
Right. Approximately 160,000 kids stay home from school each day due to bullying. So if you notice that your child is coming up with excuses, or why I don't want to go to school, or why I don't like school anymore, and you notice that there's just a drastic drop in grades and behavior, you definitely want to, again, dig deeper.
Also, if you see unexplained bruises, damaged clothes, lost belongings, the bully is apparently getting to that person.
You notice ripped clothes or jeans, or their electronics, their cell phone, their iPad, anything that you're noticing that's out of the norm, you definitely want to investigate a little further.
But when do you decide to step in as a parent?
I think the best time to step in is at the onset. I think a lot of times as parents we try to downplay it. You know, your child may come home and say, this boy pulls my hair. And as parents we say, oh, he likes you. You know, but if you start to hear that reoccurring and you notice that there's just incidences that are starting to really, and you'll notice the other behaviors. So I think as soon as you start to hear it, you want to take it serious.
All right, again, you say also change in appetite, behaviors, and or sleep patterns, another sign of being bullied.
Yes, your child comes home extremely hungry, whether they take lunch or they're part of the school lunch system. You want to check that out. The cafeteria is one of the main targets for bullies. So you'll notice that your child is extremely hungry after school. They are having hard time sleeping at night, or they're having nightmares and dreams. You want to start to talk to them and ask them how their school day is going.
All right. And the cause of bullying, obviously, it leads to low self-esteem.
The bully and the victim of the bully. Low self-esteem is the #1 issue. A lot of time the bully will attack that one area that is the area for themselves. So low self-esteem is a huge problem.
But it can also affect kids who don't have that, who are very confident.
Right.
And being bullied makes them feel as if they're not so.
Yeah, it starts to rob their identity. It starts to rob their personality. Bullying is a dart with venom at the end of it. It's a deflator.
All right. Now, so how do you help empower young children?
Education,
young women especially.
Yes, education is key with bullying. Your schools, and bullying is only as powerful, Jocelyn, as the environment allows it to be. So a zero tolerance, that should be the policy in school. That should be the policy at home. There's civil bullying. That should be the policy in the church. It should be a zero tolerance across the board. So education, talking about it, finding different ways to talk to your children.
We need to all work together.
We all have to work together. There has to be synergy to combat the issue.
Encouragement.
Encouragement is key. They're not alone, and it's not their fault. So encouraging your child to know that if that is happening, it's unacceptable, first of all, but it's not their fault and they're not alone.
And as we talked about just a few minutes ago, intervention, know when you need to step in.
Know when you need to step in, and step in right away.
What's the I guess the most important advice you have for parents who are dealing with this?
The most important advice is to work with your school administrators. One of the things that I think is great in the state of Connecticut, there was a lot of legislative laws passed around bullying. So there's task force, there's different processes in place. Talk to your school principal, make it known that there is a problem. So I think as parents we have a responsibility to just get involved.
But you have heard of parents who say they do bring it up to administrators and they don't do anything about it. What do you say to those parents?
Go to the superintendent of the school, go to the board of directors, the board of education.
Make your voice heard.
Make your voice heard.
Very good. For more information on Dreamgirlz, go to WTeenage.com and click on Style Chanel. Thank you so much.
Thank you.